Take two. The last one got a bit fucked. So this is a poem that I wrote after a friend basically died of an asthma attack when we were hanging out. And I've only showed this to two people. And I keep managing to lose it. There we go. So, so this is kind of basically what happened and what I kind of went through. You clung to me like my shoulders were rungs to breathe, and I said, "Don't worry, it'll be fine," as I counted down our time. Your smile, more angelic than a cherubim giggling on a triptych, it lacked confidence, brief averted moments unsure, lures the heart, punctuated with that smile, and it made every awkward moment worthwhile. You were quiet like Monday mornings in a field after the clamour, and I yield enamoured with your spirit like birdsong once the din of bass bins finally absconds. A soul like abalone clouds, light as an iridescent feather, barely imaginable in daylight and unfathomable in how it glows despite the wicked city lights. And you clung to me like my shoulders were rungs to breathe, and I said, "Don't worry, it's going to be fine," as I counted down in breaths our time. It was a birthday. You came, your smile alive, and were a bit chesty, and to kill time, we endeavoured together to crack out songs by Bowie, haphazardly and barely in key. So the birthday boy isn't lonely, we suggest the pub, and you make him a card, hands adept at creating, and he returns home pleased and easy. And I notice you're a bit wheezy. You step outside, the door open wide, letting cold air coast through the bowels of the house, but not your throat. And your inhaler doesn't seem to help. You ask from the entrance, "Please, get an ambulance." And I'm on the phone. "They're sending someone soon." You swoon, looking pale. I smile, say it's okay. They're on their way, and your lips start to look ghostly. Minutes trickle like bitter obsidian treacle. Panic knocks worse with each wheeze, like a sickly breeze carrying the ticks of Hades' clock. But it's okay. The ambulance will fix it. Paramedics will arrive any minute. Illness like this is peripatetic. She just needs to stay calm. So I have you in my arms, and then you clung to me like my shoulders were rungs to breathe, and I said, "Don't worry, it's going to be fine," as I counted down in breaths, which I was beginning to feel maybe our time. You go to the loo, and I come to find you. You pass it down the side fitting. I run to the sitting room with the birthday boy ready to go, pick up the phone, and I'm told to count breaths, and I do. The paramedic arrives, I administer the oxygen, still counting in breaths, and more arrive, and I step outside the door, retreat to the ground floor, and I hear, "We need to bosh her." And in moments she's rushed down the stairs, her limp arm swinging like a faulty pendulum at her flying bedside, and the pandemonium is gone with the feeling like the streets once the riot is depleted and all that's left is the dusty nightlights. And it's quiet. Disbelief, the thief of hindsight, we look on. And we go to visit. And it's 3 a.m, the dusty ochre hues of night time make the din and grime stand out like dark corners of fearful prejudice. But it's familiar. We walk to the A&E, ask kindly to see Jenny, and we are guided past every downward eye of melancholy to that harbinger of doom. The relative room. And I remember looking at the crescent moon. Space enough in my thoughts to marvel in its pleasantries. I look forward to seeing her. I hope it's soon. Time looms its shadow in the corner of my eye, but she'll be fine. I couldn't wait to the next day. Then what story this would be. That time Jenny scared us with fragile mortality, but she was just a bit breathy. We'd put it behind us and we'd laugh as the epitaph to chaos as when it comes to she'll be A man comes in professional and sombre, a caring man of confessions, the tears of countless families staining his hands in lessons he no longer needs. And he did it well, softly and kindly, like cotton swabs on a concussion, wove tales of heart failure, oxygen deprivation, and no resuscitation outside of a miracle, and even then she will be a vegetable. And my heart plummets to a place beyond my body, twirling, I feel light-headed, but heavy as the earth, and swirling in a cesspool of gruel and dirt, with sprigs of regret, barren branches bearing forth the scorched fruit of pleasant memories, with the ill-fated breeze bringing the petrichor of future tears, as I dread to tell her wide array of family and peers that Jenny's dead. Jenny's dead. Jenny is dead. But they're just words knocking around the ghost about my head, and I can't wait to leave. And as I walk home, I wonder if she had a nut allergy I didn't foresee. Could the nuts in the smoothie been the end of Jenny? I remember questioning the purchase, wondering if it was worth it, and then I did it anyway. Could that moment of hesitation been the deciding moment to end in failing respiration, a life which caused no strife? Gave smiles like others gave candid concern. Could 99p more in a basket be the reaper's cue to ready his scythe, transcribing Jenny on some perfect casket, a clear though early departure time, courtesy of the cashew? And in the end, I watched it all. I watched as she clung to me like my shoulders were rungs to breathe. And I said, don't worry, it's going to be fine, as I counted down her time in breaths. And as I watched her go blank, no more to withdraw from the bank of hours, a few minutes remained like futile pennies. And I would spout all the philosophies of death you can find on cards, memes, and spirit science, but I'm not going to. I feel more enlightened, it's true, but deep wounds leave scar tissue when other tissues are spent. In any event, of course, love each day, etc., etc. Live like it were your last, etc., etc. Carpe diem, etc., etc. But what I really want to say is, like, what a fucking day. Thank you.